Dear noble Sangha, we will listen to 3 sounds of the bell and sit quietly for a few minutes. We invite you to follow your breathing as it flows in and as it flows out. Allow yourself to truly arrive in your body in this present moment. Allow yourself to cherish this moment of being alive. I listen. This wonderful sound brings me back to my true home.
teaching and living the way of awareness in the very midst of suffering and confusion. Shakyamuni Buddha, the fully enlightened one, to whom we bow in gratitude. Cutting through ignorance, awakening our hearts and our mind. Manjushri, the Bodhisattva of great understanding, to whom we bow in gratitude. Working mindfully, working joyfully, for the sake of all being. Samanthabhadra, the Bodhisattva of great action, to whom we bow in gratitude. Listening deeply, serving beings in countless ways. Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva of great compassion, to whom we bow in gratitude. Mother of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and obeying, nourishing, holding, and healing all.
Based on right view, what you do with your body is called right action. Chánh nghiệp. Right action. Chánh ngữ, chánh nghiệp. Chánh tư duy. With your body, you can help, you can protect, you can save. Because you have a right view. You are animated by compassion, understanding. So you don't need to punish. You see that you don't need to punish, to destroy. You know the way to act in order to bring more peace and harmony. You know the non-violent way of doing things. You don't need guns. You don't need punishment. When you arrest someone, when you put someone in prison, that can be an act of love and not an act of punishment. Because you have him and you have the world. And the prison is an opportunity for the man, for the criminal, to have a chance to be taught about true happiness, about how to calm yourself and not to be carried away by your fear and anger and despair. So this learning and practice is so important for our world. And each of us has to be an instrument of peace, an instrument of mindfulness, and compassion in order to make the world a better place for our children to live. So karma means just action. Action as a cause that will bring about the fruit of action. And your continuation body depends entirely on your action. Your diploma, your bank account, you cannot bring it with you. What you bring with you is your action. Your action is triple. Thinking, speaking, acting. And when you look at these things, you see yourself, you see your continuation body. You don't say that when after the disintegration of this body, I am no longer there, I will no longer there. You are always there. Because you are your own action. The French philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre, he has come very close to that idea. He tried to have a definition of man. He knows that man is not his body, his feelings. Very close to Buddhism. Although he belonged to the school of existentialism. And his statement is, man is the totality of his act. That is what Sartre said. L'homme est la somme de ses actes. L'homme est la somme de ses actes. So what are we? We are our action. And we are continued by our action. And it's not so difficult to see our continuation body. And you don't need to wait until the complete disintegration of this body in order to begin to see our continuation body. Like the cloud, she doesn't need to be transformed entirely into the rain in order to see her continuation body. And all of us have to practice the same. We have to see our continuation body now. I am able to see my continuation body now. This is the water that is being boiled in a pot. And one day you don't see that body anymore, and you say that Thay is dead. It's not true. I will never die. My nature is the nature of the cloud. It is impossible for a cloud to die. It's impossible for Thay to die. I continue always. Yeah. And you... And you have to be able to see Thay's continuation body now. If you look into yourself, you see you continue Thay in some way. Thay is in you. Thay is in his friends, his disciples, in many ways. And Thay is operating in Vietnam, in America, in the school, in the prisons, in the army. So if you have the eyes of sightlessness, you are not confined to this form. You can see the cloud in your tea. And you don't cry anymore about the absence of the form of cloud in the sky. So the shortest answer to the question, what happens when you die, is that what happens when you die is you don't die.
This body is not me. I am not limited by this body. I am life without boundaries. I have never been born, and I have never died. Look at the ocean and the sky filled with stars, manifestations from my wondrous true mind. Since before time, I have been free. Birth and death are only doors through which we pass. Sacred thresholds on our journey. Birth and death are a game of hide and seek, so laugh with me. Hold my hand. Let us say goodbye to meet again soon. We meet today, we will meet again tomorrow. We will meet at the source every moment. We meet each other in all forms of life.
Je souris à l'étoile qui au ciel encore luit, au soleil qui lentement nous sort de la nuit, à ce jour qui commence, à l'oiseau qui m'enchante. Je souris au monde et le monde me sourit. I smile to the star that still shine in the sky, to the sun that slowly guides us out of the night, to the day that begins, to the enchanting bird. I smile to the world, and the world smiles to me. I smile to the child that crosses my way. I remember also on those who are hungry, those who live in misery all over the planet, who have to face a war, who lost their mother. If sometime my smile is moistened by tears, when I see the great pain that spreads over the world, I shall still see my name with tears in my eyes, smiling to life, smiling to death. And one day will come when it is bitterly cold, when even my footsteps will not leave any mark. The never-ending current of life's energy will carry me along, and I will not look back. The fear will no longer block my way. My heart finally opens very wide. Then I will become the smile of the earth, of the flower, of the rain, of the wind and the sun. And one day, perhaps, in a very small child, I will open my eyes to the wonders of life, and a little more loving, and a little more smiling. I will continue this wonderful way. And one day, perhaps, in a very small child, I will open my eyes to the wonders of life, and a little more loving, and a little more smiling. I will continue this wonderful way.
Reciting the sutras,
Dear Noble Sangha, according to the teaching of Thay, as we breathe in and out with the energy of mindfulness, we can be in touch with our teacher. His practice, his transmission is alive when we are in touch with the seed of mindfulness inside of us, aware of his energy supporting us in this present moment, and as we carry him forward into the future. With every step, every breath, and every action that we take, Thay is in our hearts. Thay is in us in every moment of practice.